Hi, I'm Jennifer Fung and I'm the Music Library Administrator at Opera Australia. The first production I've chosen is The Marriage of Figaro. Opera Australia have done a number of productions in our history. They're all really great productions, but for me, seeing the Neil Armfield one was the one that got me hooked. And when I saw this for the first time, the penny finally dropped, where I really understood what opera was all about. The music, the drama, the humor, the comedy, it's the complete package. Seeing it on a Saturday night, the audience were literally like howling with laughter. It was just a really great night in the theatre. Werther, the production by Elijah Mashinsky, really stands out to me as one of those really tragically romantic operas. In the last act, Werther's shot himself and he's literally singing while dying for the whole act. I mean, it's so over the top and dramatic, but the music and the acting and the singing is just so good. And I remember a few people telling me afterwards that they're just emotional wrecks by the end of the opera. I've also chosen Il Turco in Italia, directed by Simon Phillips. So Simon Phillips actually wrote his own surtitles for the show, and to date it's one of the funniest operas I've ever seen. It's also a really great looking production with really bright, bold colours. The costumes are fantastic. Also, for those really attentive listeners who have seen our production, there's a snippet of Elvis Presley's Love Me Tender in this production. We actually had to get copyright clearance for us to use this tune. I was just literally checking my email inbox every minute to see when the permission came through. So it's really fun to listen out for that. The Ghost Sonata, directed by Greg Eldridge. We performed this in the Opera Australia workshop at the Opera Centre in Surrey Hills. And I really love seeing these performances in that space. Our first one was Metamorphosis by Brian Howard. So for the Ghost Sonata, the score itself is a really complex one. It's atonal with complex rhythms. So big respect to all the singers, repetitors and orchestral players who worked on it. So we actually had to hire the orchestral parts for this work. And when they arrived, I remember opening one of the parts and seeing these huge pencil splashes above the bars to indicate where the downbeats were. And they were in all the other parts as well. The set for this production was really cool with this like angled mirror above the stage, and having it in the workshop really added to the atmosphere of this work. Of Mice and Men, directed by Bruce Beresford. So this was a really special production because we actually had the composer, Carlisle Floyd, come out from America to Sydney during the rehearsal period, and he's an iconic figure in American opera. So we were really lucky to have him come out. He actually wrote some extra music for us for this production because we had a scene change and there wasn't enough time or music, and so he actually wrote some new music for us. So it was quite special.